How's it going? So, I wanted to drop in a distinction here around the expression raising your frequency. The light beings speak about the importance of offering higher frequency experiences. But what is this frequency thing? Why does it matter? And how can we make it practical? So, the best analogy that I can think of right now is that if you think about an owner and a dog whistle, when the owner blows that dog whistle, the dog hears it, but we don't. They have access to a different auditory range. And so it is when we raise our frequency. What does actually it mean from a human standpoint? It means that you change your state. Yes, for sure. We kind of all know that already. When you're feeling down, when you're feeling heavy, when you're feeling negative, the quality of the thoughts, the quality of the information that's available to you is low, it's dense. When you raise your frequency, in other words, elevate your state into a more loving, expansive, enthusiastic, life-filled, vital state, the thoughts, the equivalent frequency, the equivalent quality of thoughts and information that flows to you is of course a reflection of that. It's a higher frequency, more noble thoughts. There are no noble thoughts available to you when you're in an angry state. There are reactive thoughts available to you. So this is the basics of changing frequency. It's really about state change. However, it's not just that, and this is something very kind of edgy and right up against it on the leading edge, which I absolutely love, and it's extremely important. And that is to understand that when we're talking about changing your frequency, we're not just talking about state, although that's very much a part of it. We're also talking about your energetics. That means the frequency range within which you are vibrating. So your energetics are a reflection of the consciousness that you hold. And what can happen is when you're in the company, if you're really asking for this, now you really want this, right? You're resonant with this. When you're in the company of somebody who is connected to a channel, who is connected to a higher frequency that's just within your range, what can happen is essentially a kind of portal opens up for you where there's a kind of entrainment that happens, where when somebody is holding that steadily, your system kind of starts to recognize and resonate with it. And you can become familiar with what it feels like to be within that energetic frequency pattern, and then begin to practice it yourself autonomously, independently of that person who's helping you and train to it. This is a little bit of an explanation of what starts to happen when the light beings come through. Obviously, I'm familiar with them. I've been working with them for a few years now, and in various different guises. They've been coming through for several years. So I'm familiar with that patterning. And so as it runs through my system, you can begin to feel like what it is to play with them, to interact with them, and begin to get access to that kind of frequency range that is this consciousness. So by aligning with this, by exposing yourself to this, you get the opportunity to expand the range and quality of thoughts, ideas, and inspirations that are available to you. This is part of the fun, part of the crack that's going to be available to you on the 6th of August. So do come join us or reach out for a personal one-to-one. You're very welcome either way.